Calibration of the SkolVR Gunstock. At the beginning, here are some tips for those who've never used a gunstock, especially for freehanders who played without additional support and may find changes difficult. I suggest to start with the front part of the SkolVR Gunstock. It's available in Smartstock, TOMAHAWK, and Butcher models. For TOMAHAWK, it's the pistol mode. In the Smartstock, this part weight is almost unnoticeable, so the weight balance feels almost as it was without any stock. This helps you to quickly feel the difference between freehand and gunstock use. Without a gunstock, both hands influence aiming. Fix your right hand and move the front. The aim shifts. Fix the front and move the rear. Same result, the aim shifts. When your hands act separately, the handling of alignment is hard. Even small shaking changes aim a lot. Even raising the weapon becomes imprecise. With SkolVR magnetic system, your hands snap into the place quickly from any angle. The magnets return them to the correct position automatically. Once magnets connected and aim is aligned, further hand movement won't affect stability. There's no wobble or swinging. As you will get used to the gunstock and will want even more control over your weapons, you can add the buttstock. It's lighter than the front part, doesn't block movement or looting, and is easy to adapt to. It gives you a third point of contact, the shoulder, after the guiding hand and supporting hand. As you will definitely feel, it's the true implementation of the real aiming with the real weapons here. Nothing can compare to this. Your hands become super stable. The weapon feels sturdy. You can aim confidently at any range. You can also use the cheek rest extender. Raise it to keep your head upright or extend it for more comfort. This boosts both accuracy and usability. What makes SkolVR so unique? The center of force is aligned with the center of controllers and your shoulder, exactly as it would be a real gun. This gives you unbeatable balance of pressure. Most other stocks shift the force axis up or down, causing wobble, magnet slips, or failing when pressed too hard. With SkolVR, you can press it actually firmly into your shoulder and even let go of the front hand. The frame holds up excellent. Because of all of these great features, stable aim, three-point fixation, and realistic force balance, even the best freehander will be able to reach his full potential. VR shooters aren't boxing simulations. VR shooters replicate all real-life guns mechanics, and SkolVR design brings you as close to that as possible. Calibration default settings. Gunstock, disabled, weapon pivot, default. When we enter the shooting range with these settings, we notice that grabbing the foregrip causes the weapon to tilt down significantly. All other settings are disabled. This is the default position of the virtual weapon in this game. We can try to fix this by first grabbing the foregrip in the air, in front of the gunstock, and then attaching it to the magnetic mount, or by grabbing it downside and bringing it up into the aiming zone. Now, let's change the pivot position to lowered without enabling the gunstock and see what happens. We see that the offset is significantly reduced, and now it aligns roughly with the horizontal position of the foregrip, though slightly shifted to the side. Aiming becomes much easier. This is also solved by grabbing the foregrip in the air and attaching it to the magnetic mount, or aiming only when magnets are already attached blindfolded. This makes it all easier. But if you prefer the most comfortable weapon setup, you need to calibrate the gunstock. Go to the menu and enable the physical gunstock. Then enter the shooting range. We see that the aim is shifted by about the width of the default target. Next, grab the tablet and press Calibrate. The screen will show instructions. Calibration is made with using the thumbsticks. In my opinion, the easiest and most accurate way to calibrate is not by focusing on the front sight, but on the weapon area closer to the trigger hand. From the side, it's so easy to notice if the gun needs to be raised, lowered, moved forward or backward, or if the foregrip angle needs adjusting. From the top, it's easier to see how much the weapon needs to be moved left or right. With Smartstock, I managed to calibrate the position roughly twice more accurate than before. The shift was reduced, and aiming became pretty comfortable. Since Smartstock doesn't have a physical adjustment for the foregrip position, while Butcher and Tomahawk do, maximum precision can be achieved with those. This calibration can be applied to all weapons, or you can calibrate each one individually. I'll show it while using Tomahawk, for instance. Firstly, you should make all software adjustments like we did with the Smartstock right before, then you should fine-tune it mechanically to reach the perfect position. There's no need to mechanically readjust the Tomahawk or Butcher for each weapon. One time reducing the whole game offset is enough. Let's try another type of weapon. The process is essentially the same, and we achieve all optimum values. In Onward, there are two weapons that require a special approach. The first is the SKS. The foregrip is positioned slightly further than the default Smartstock setting. When pressing the grab button on the front hand, nothing happens. The hand grabs, but the foregrip isn't grabbed. To fix this, slightly tilt the front hand upward, lifting only the bottom part of the magnet. This is pretty comfortable and is enough to grab the foregrip quickly and efficiently. Then you can easily calibrate the SKS. In Tomahawk and Butcher, mechanical adjustment of foregrip length is available, so this issue doesn't occur, and you may grab the SKS as usually. The second special weapon is the MP7A2. Here, the foregrip is shortened, but the same trick used for the SKS works. I grab, but the foregrip doesn't grab. If I tilt the front hand slightly upward, the foregrip can be easily grabbed and used, then calibrated as usual. Shotgun reloading. Here are two quick ways to reload a shotgun. The first is a quick up-down movement, similar to grabbing the SKS-4 grip, mimicking a Western-style lever action reload. The motion is performed without detaching the hand from the SMARTstock body. It's fast, accurate, and doesn't compromise any aiming stability. The second method involves similar movements in the air in front of the SMARTstock, either short ones like in the first method or classic forward-backward motions. Manual bolt action, rifle reloading. Rifles that require manual reloading after each shot can be reloaded in two ways. With the front hand, by racking the bolt. The second option is with the right hand. Slide it upward, pull the bolt, and return it back. This way, reloading is quick and results in almost no loss of aiming accuracy. Throwing grenades. SkolVR gunstocks are equipped with foldable or shortened buttstocks that don't interfere with looting or grenade throwing in any way. Enjoy your gaming, dear friend, and always be safe. SkolVR, the real game changer in VR shooters.